Are you a cash-strapped millionaire? If so, you're not alone. All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. And welcome to the club. Your old buddy Josh. I'm a millionaire. I got a net worth over $1 million, so I'm a millionaire. Ha ha. I'm like Mr. Burns. Excellent. Excellent. But as you can see, I'm one of many who are somewhat cash-strapped. At the height of the Gilded Age, there were 4,000 millionaires in the United States, according to an 18-month investigation by the long-gone New York Tribune, which was published in 1892. Today, the number of millionaires is 24 million, or almost 1 in 5 U.S. households. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. Woo! I'm lighting cigars and $100 bills. I'm eating caviar, whatever the hell caviar is, and foie gras, or whatever the hell that stuff is. I'm eating it. You don't catch me drinking Budweiser now, do you? I drink champagne. All right, that's the way I roll. But that doesn't mean they're walking around flush with cash. What? I thought I was a millionaire. I could just spend to my heart's content. Instead, more and more millionaires' wealth is locked up in assets that can't be accessed quickly, like home equity or increasingly age-restricted retirement accounts. Freaking age-restricted retirement accounts, home equity. I've been getting home. I got tons of home equity, but I don't have access to it. So I'm only 55 years old, not old enough to take a reverse mortgage. But Dave Ramsey says reverse mortgages are scams. They're scams, I tell you. Why? Because Dave Ramsey says it. Okay. Anyway, the word millionaire once implied automatic affluence, says this guy. The goalposts have shifted. It's still a meaningful milestone, but for most people, it's no longer enough. Wasn't there a professional wrestler, the millionaire man or something like that? A rich guy? Man, it's funny. I'm trying to think my first millionaire client. I can't remember. I'm just trying to think back to because I've been, I started doing this like in terms of managing money like in 2004. I was in I worked for Vanguard Schwab previous to that, but so I didn't have, the clients were there. It's not mine. But I'm trying to think who my first millionaire client was. I can't remember. I think I have an idea. I don't think I actually had them I don't think I had all their assets. I can't remember. Anyway, let's keep going. To spend freely, millionaires need to be a lot richer than basically the barely millionaires, households with a net worth between 1 and 2 million. That's me. I'm a barely millionaire. The vast majority of that wealth is illiquid. That's 100% right. Bloomberg's analysis uses data from the Survey of Income Program, SIP, the Survey of Income and Program Participation from the U.S. Census Bureau that studied tens of thousands of households over time, and then the Survey of Consumer Finance, and showed a similar rapid increase in the number of share of millionaire households in recent years, and confirmed that home equity and retirement account balance is a reason why. Yep. To be sure, $1 million remains a life-changing amount for most Americans. The median household income in 2024 is $83,000, while the median account balance across Vanguard's 4.8 million retirement accounts was barely $38,000. Well, I mean, it is median, but obviously someone who's at 24 years old has a pot to pee in. Someone who's at 64 years old has 3 pots to pee in. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different like that. But the median income also includes retirees who are no longer working. All right, the median household income. So you got to keep that back in mind. You're not really comparing apples to apples there, but I get the gist. Let's see. Even the latest data of the U.S. millionaires jumping by 50% in 6 years. Thanks, Obama. They face an array of factors making their wealth harder to deploy. High interest rates, 100%. To raise cash for a significant expense, investors and homeowners can usually borrow against their assets, but the costs have risen significantly. Yeah. When interest rates are higher, regardless of the value of assets, we feel less rich, says this guy. A paper millionaire can always sell assets outright, but these days, though, they have more reasons to be reluctant. Selling a home entails not only major hassles and transaction costs, but you got to find some place to live. Right here, homeowners also need a place to live. Moving may give up a more. Well, moving's expensive in itself. You ever freaking move, dude? It ain't cheap. I've done it. Trust me. Your old buddy Josh. Anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting. Millionaire status is rarely enough for affluent clients to think about quitting their crappy old jobs. The amount of money required to stop working and maintain their pre-retirement lifestyles. Yeah, okay. Well, again, are we retired to maintain our pre-retirement lifestyles? Not really. Some people are. That's fine. Are you really, though? Your pre-retirement lifestyle, you got a mortgage, you got kids, you got braces. To illustrate this, let's take a look at some of the trappings of a well-to-do household in New York. They got a 4-bedroom home, two new Mercedes sedans, an Ivy League education for 2 children, a small holiday upstate, and a 19-foot speedboat. Less than a decade ago, that would have cost $1.4 million. That would cost $2.1. Dude, I'm reading this book. Let me share it with you. Oh, dude, it's such a great book I'm reading. I've learned a lot. This is a satirist, if I can find it. This is written in 1988, right here. You want to say hi to the camera, Mads? Nope, Maddie's not trying to say hi to the camera, so don't even think about trying to say hello to her. So Maddie's at home. She's back for Thanksgiving. So I'm reading this book right here. Money and Class in America. Such a great book, dude. First of all, I love this quote from Thomas Jefferson. Money, not morality, is a principle of commercial nations. Let me read that because I screwed that up. Money, not morality, is the principle of commercial nations. 100% there, TJ. Thomas Jefferson was a legend, by the way. You might not know how legendary Thomas Jefferson was. I did not know how legendary he was. But right here, my man says, how many yachts can you ski behind at the same time? Right here. There they sit, the wonders of the Western world, surrounded by all the toys available to the customer with a credit card, mourning the loss of innocence, the limits of feminism, and the death of bumblebees. Even if we achieve what the world is pleased to acknowledge as success, we discover that the seizing of it fails to satisfy the hunger of spiritual expectations, which is why we so often feel oppressed by the vague melancholy that echoes like a sad blues through the back rooms of so many American stories. Basically, he's talking about how these rich people, he knows, he runs with them, are miserable, because he talks about just like that guy. This article said, I got an Ivy League education, 2 Mercedes, brother going bankrupt, oh my goodness. I said, welcome to the world, baby. I got 2 Mercedes sedans, I got Ivy League educations for my kids. We wear silk ties, or I don't even know what the hell it is, silk stuff. I wear my t-shirt on correctly. I change my socks every day. What else? I drink. What else? I don't even know what else rich people do, man. I go to the Hamptons. I can't afford a Hamptons, so I Airbnb, because some of these guys in Wall Street probably can't afford the Hamptons, so they Airbnb it to show how they've arrived. You got to donate $10,000 a year to Notre Dame, even though Notre Dame just says they're getting rid of their Catholic identity, so they can kiss my big fat behind. I don't grill freaking New York strip. You know what I grill? I grill ribeye, because that's the way I roll. All right. God bless. Love your thoughts. Smash. Oh, don't forget to fondle that Stewart button. In case you're wondering why I say the Stewart button, because I had this guy email me. He says, Josh, you're losing it. Every time you say fondle, it's creepy, and it makes me think there's something wrong with you. You should seek help. I said, okay. So we're going to call it the Stewart button. So don't forget to fondle that Stewart button. All right. God bless. We'll see you.